Greetings everybody and welcome back to Refugee to Industrial Regions. I am starting here in my workshop with a little bit of a programming note. Up until episode 17 I was running on Resonant Rise version 2.5.6.1 if memory serves me right. And I am currently running on 2.7.0.3. Now it is a bit of a major version update. And there's one particular thing that has changed. Yes, there have been a few mods added. Yes, there have been updates to a number of mods, but the biggest change is that Industrial Craft is gone. Now, that wouldn't be a huge problem for me. I haven't gotten to the point where I built any Industrial Craft machinery, and now I never will because I don't have the mod. But there was one thing from Industrial Craft that I did use more than a bit, and that was the scaffolding. So I did a little bit of research, and I found out that there is a nice, suitable replacement. It involves these vines, which further justifies my decision to make the shears legal for this stage. 6 vines like this gives me 8 vine scaffolding. And this functions almost identically to the regular scaffolding. It's subtly different in that there is no left-click, right-click dichotomy. It's slightly different on that front, but that's about it. Actually, let me check something real quick. Yeah, I can't link it sideways. So that's probably the other big difference. But anyway, this is going to be the last episode for Stage 3, because I only have one building left that needs to be worked on before I can complete the stage, and I have moved to now stand in front of it. It is, of course, my palace. And in order to finish this off, well, I've got a bit of work to do. I've got to take this corridor down here, and I'm going to extend it so that it is too wide. I've already gone ahead and dug it out off camera. So now I'm going to build up the new staircase. I'm also going to go ahead and take care of this side jut in the staircase, which I had done to avoid interfering with the path here. Now that that's no longer a concern, I can go ahead and take it straight up, like so. I'm also going to go ahead and put this marble here just to mark the top of the stairway and the valve location for the hallway. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and trim this back about that far, and I'm going to go ahead and put some wooden stairs there. Go ahead and replace the roof with oak wood slabs. Hopefully this won't take too long. Now I would say I changed the oak wood supports on the left to spruce wood and added the spruce wood supports on the right off camera. It was recorded, but I had a little bit of a technical problem with that recording, which is why you'll never see it. Alright, but now that I've taken care of digging away the old roof, now I can go ahead and replace it with a new roof. Now, I will need to get the floor and the walls sorted out. I may want to go ahead and take care of this wall at least. Yeah. Yeah, at least that far. Go ahead and replace it with the oak wood. Like so, that'll work for now. If I have to replace any of that with spruce logs, that's okay. If not, it at least forms a good foundation. And now to follow suit on this side. Like so. Then we dig this up. And I am actually under my bedroom. Or at least what is for now my bedroom. It won't be for too much longer, I don't think. Alright. A bit more work. here, this wall needs to be, and actually this top bit here should be a row of spruce logs, just to be symmetric with the other side. So let me go ahead and take care of that. That was not what I wanted. That works. Alright, I can at least take care of the rest of this spruce wood support topping. I'll probably go ahead and take care of the rest of this off camera. And when I return, it will be with the first time-lapse of this series. Didn't want to place that like that. Wanted to place that like that. And that like so. I'll go ahead and finish this off camera and return with the time-lapse. Welcome to the first time-lapse of Refugee to Industrial Regent, where we compress 2 hours of work into about 10 minutes. You can see my initial state, the old palace on the left, and the skeleton of 3 rooms on the right. They are from top to bottom: the new master bedroom, the new kitchen, and the new dining room. And at this point, I'm building the corridor, as well as clearing away what of the old mansion was in the way. Now I'm placing down the last of the new floor in the rooms that I laid out previously. The floor in the hallway as well, and setting up the rest of it. In case you're wondering, the camera is on top of the watchtower in the center of Byzantium. You can see I've got some set up in the bedroom. Got the walls, got the windows. And now I move into the kitchen. But in order to actually finish up the kitchen, I have to first demolish the old kitchen. And in the meantime, I also went ahead and set up the dining room. And now with all the walls going in, I figured it was safe to put the roof on at this point. That will prove to be a mistake that I'll have to correct later. And admittedly, it may have extended the time-lapse by as much as 20 minutes. Well, not the time-lapse you see, but the recording that I had to compress down into a time-lapse. But as you can see, that area now has a nearly complete roof. And yes, you do see me going back and forth to my storehouse from time to time to pick up materials. But now I'm demolishing the old study, once again because it is in the way of the new construction. I've also started setting up the next hallway, intersecting with the first. Cleaned out that back wall in the hopes of giving the camera a little bit better view of the next new room, which will be the new study. As you can see, it doesn't work so well, and I had to remove the ceiling beam to give the camera a proper view. And now I roof the study in, and the top part of the hallway on the right. Demolish the rest of the floor and lay down most of the rest of the dirt I'll need. And the next step is to finish the demolition of the old mansion. In case you're wondering, my setup allows me to actually do the work in first-person view on one monitor while I see what's actually being recorded on the other. And that's allowed me to adapt how I operate over the course of the time-lapse. And I do admit, this time-lapse is more learning experience than anything else. But as we can see, the deconstruction continues. The walls are now completely gone. And at this point, I've opted to start setting up the rest of the structure of the building. Incidentally, this is also the point at which I realized that one floor is not going to cut it. Also, that I made my study too narrow, so it is widened to 5 blocks. It was originally 3 wide. As you can see, I'm also trimming back the roof because I realized I was going to have to build the second floor. And at this point, I also continue demolishing some of the old floor to make way for the grass on the outside. Having sorted out where the rest of the structure is going to be, I go ahead and lay down the baseboard and start the process of building the stairway up to the second floor. I do have to make one minor adjustment to the staircase. And there's me making that adjustment. And because of the way I had this set up, I opted to make the support beams between the first and second floor, the horizontal support beams anyway, 2 blocks thick. Except, of course, for where the doors are going to be. And now at this point, I'm just building up the rest of the first floor so I can build the second floor. We have the first hallway, and yes, that was an Ars Magica meteor that just landed next to the well. Now I've gone ahead and laid the gravel path up to the front door. Also went ahead and laid out a little bit more dirt. And I'm also going to go ahead and take care of the stairway down to the basement, which currently only holds the farms. Make sure I have a gravel path leading up to it as well. I also opted to make the marble too thick, as well as to give the area above that door a little bit better definition. Now I am laying out the second floor hallways, as well as the floor of the first room on the second floor. This step is to build the entryway. It's a small little room. It's just designed to be a defining entrance into the house. Fixed up the road a little bit, took care of the old gravel. And now I put the roof over the entryway. This part is not going to have a second floor, so I can safely put the roof on top of it. Now I'm taking out the old roof that I had just placed over the master bedroom. Incidentally, this is going to be the new workroom. And with the workbench in place, I go ahead and build up the walls. I then make my way to the second room. Underneath this second room is the kitchen. On this floor will be a guest bedroom. You can see the double chest that I just laid down, the bed, the table with torch, and now the rest of the walls. And I also opt to lay the ceiling berms. And at this point, I realize that 2 floors will be enough for this. And so I can safely begin to lay down the roof. A bit of edging, just for decorative purposes, and to make it not look so flat. And now, to the third room on this floor, after laying out all of the baseboard. And this third room is the trophy room. So I set up some oak shelves in the back there, along with a couple of columns just to define the space. And a pride of place for an oak case. I did not show the recipe for that on camera. I might in a future episode. And at this point, I go ahead and place all of the walls and ceiling berms and roof to the left of the trophy room, because at this point, that part of the job is finished. Windows in front of the trophy room. Back for some more materials to finish off the roof. Or at least that part of the roof. And now, I take out the roof that I had placed over the dining room. Go ahead and lay down the berms. fix a couple things here and there, lay down the floor, and incidentally, this room is going to be a conservatory. Also go ahead and place the wall from the second floor hallway facing the courtyard. Now I place down some dirt for some indoor plants, some simple flowers, the rest of the wall for the hallway, the window for the conservatory, bigger than usual, much of the rest of the roof, and here I actually lay a bit of a dirt path, and this is a temporary dirt path, from the big planter box there into the conservatory so that I can migrate some grass onto the planter boxes. Completing the roof now leaves the time-lapse complete. Alright, I am back. I do hope you enjoyed the time-lapse, but there are a few things that I can't realistically show in the time-lapse. I'm actually going to start here in the basement again. Now, I realize there's a couple things I forgot to craft. So let me go ahead and take care of crafting a couple of doors real quick. Shouldn't be too long. Most of the time is going to be spent running back to my storehouse. I'm probably going to change up my storage/village workshop next stage. Alright, but let me go ahead and craft a pair of doors. Make my way back over here. And we're going to go back into the basement. Now, we have our farms here on the left. Now, during the time-lapse, I realized that there were two rooms that I wasn't going to be able to fit in the main mansion. And it really made sense to put them in the basement here. That's this room here, which is going to be the gardener's bedroom. And then this next room over is going to be the maid's bedroom. Bed. Nice domestic. Marks it quite nicely as the maid's room. And that completes the maid and gardener's rooms. Now I'm going to go ahead and do a quick run through of the rest of the mansion. We're going to start here with the study. It's a little bit Spartan at this point. Maybe I should have brought some bookshelves, but I can refurnish it next stage. Then we come over here to the bedroom. I went ahead and crafted a full set of tools, including the sickle. One note, the recipe for the stone sickle uses flint, not stone. So keep that in mind. This is the same leather armor I crafted at the end of the last stage. It's still valid for this stage. Next stage I will have to replace it with iron. But for now, leather will work. And here, one of these I know is a wooden frying pan. The other is a stone frying pan. I forget which. Though there might be an easy way to... Ah, that was the stone frying pan. Alright, and this also allows me to put the furnace here in the kitchen to complete it. Now, the next room is the dining room. And I'm going to go ahead and place down the chairs. Go ahead and pick up that one misplaced chair. And I have the wrong back, don't I? Actually, that does compel a minor redesign. Actually, let me try something here. Yeah, that will work, actually. So I can go ahead and put these two seat backs that I had before. That's the wrong direction. So let me go ahead and get that sorted out correctly this time. There we go. And now slightly lesser seat backs for the sides. and one got misplaced. So let me go ahead and take care of that. And voila! And that actually looks like a proper dining room. A little bit off-center with the table, but hey, I'll take it. And now with the downstairs finished off, I can go upstairs. The trophy room. Alright. Let me think here. Yeah, I probably should have thought to outfit that a little bit better, but oh well. Workroom. Needs a furnace and a double chest. And that's the workroom finished. The guest room was finished during the time-lapse. The conservatory, at the end of the time-lapse, I had a bit of dirt coming in here so that I could get grass on here. I have to say, I like how this came along. And I'm going to go ahead and put a pair of chairs here. Actually, let me think. Table here. Hold on a minute. Yeah, red tablecloth. Sorry, that was not how I wanted to place that. Yeah, I'll put them here and here. Like so. Yeah. Actually, no. No, that was not what I wanted. There we go. That doesn't look... Well, actually, let me try something real quick. That was not what I wanted. Why did that go to that inventory slot? I don't know. Actually, that wouldn't be too bad. Yeah. If I could place it properly. You know, I haven't had that many problems with chairs at this stage until now. But oh well. That completes the conservatory. I've got an extra 2 red carpet, which now that I think about it, properly belongs in my master bedroom down here. So I'll go ahead and put the carpet there. That works. Just a little bit of decoration, make it just that little bit fancier. Rule of cool for me is that decorations are entirely at my discretion as long as the purpose of the room is clear. That's what's allowing me to not put crazy amounts of random decorations everywhere. Alright. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring all of my remaining wooden tools out of here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and grab a piece of stone. I'm also going to go ahead and grab 1 iron ingot. Make my way back to the mansion. Admittedly not the shortest run, and I still have to make my way upstairs within the mansion to the trophy room. So I'm going to go ahead and put the wooden axe there. My 3 wooden hoes there. And there and there. The wooden sickle there. Now I'm going to go ahead and put cobblestone there. Briefly. Incidentally, that oak case there is going to be an approximate indication of what stage I am currently in. The thing is, this mansion is complete. And the completion of this mansion was the last thing I needed to do to complete Stone Hamlet stage. So, the Stone Hamlet stage is complete. And now, in order to mark the move to the Iron Village stage, I'm going to replace the cobblestone I just put in that case with an iron ingot. That indicates that we are in the Iron Village stage. Now, with the Iron Village stage, I'm going to double check the rules of Cool, and I'll probably mention all of them at the start of the next episode, which will be the first full episode of the Iron Village stage. But in the meantime, I need to go ahead and craft 2 tools. Incidentally, I did grind up and smelt a little bit more iron off camera, so I have the iron for this. I'm going to go ahead and craft myself an iron pickaxe and an iron shovel. And with that, I have reached a good wrapping up point. I'm going to go ahead and gather some materials for the next stage off camera. I will see you next time, everybody.